What is up, my Lorcana goons? Welcome to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin and we're going to talk about some Lorcana stuff. Today I have for you an interesting bodyguard bounce deck that we saw in the top 4 of the Star City GamesCon Cincinnati 2K tournament. Now this tournament had 95 players actually. Top 4 was 3 Ruby Amethyst and 1 outlier, which was that Amethyst Steel Bounce Bodyguard deck. So this bodyguard bounce deck, piloted by Daniel Phillips, ended up with a record of 6 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws throughout the entire day. So 95 players with this bodyguard bounce deck. We're gonna dissect it a little bit in terms of the deck list, and then I also even have some games that I played on Pixelborn Ladder with this. So my ranking on Ladder isn't too high, I guess. I'm Platinum, but you know, it's still competitive enough to see the Ruby Amethyst on Ladder. But before we get into that, I do want to say like, comment, and subscribe if you are a Lorcana goon and you like Lorcana content, because it does help support the channel. And a lot of you aren't subscribed yet who do watch the videos. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you joined the Lorcana Goon squad. But this deck list is doing pretty well at this 2K tournament. 95 players, a pretty competitive event, I would imagine, where you're probably going to see a lot of Ruby Amethyst alongside with other meta decks like Amber Steel Song and that Mufasa Red Ruby Amber deck that's really popular in the meta right now. So taking a deck like this might do you good at your next locals. Let's get into what makes this deck special. So this deck is actually not going to play anything other than characters as well. It does remind me of the Ruby Amber Mufasa mash deck because it plays nothing but characters, no actions, no songs, and really what you're trying to do is play a character every turn. And if you go first, you're able to develop a really nice curve by going a Maleficent turn 1 or maybe a Pascal turn 1, and turn 2, depending on what deck you're playing against, you can set up a Pinocchio Star Attraction turn 2, and if you have a solid curve turn 3, you can drop a Prince Never Gives Up or a Hercules Bodyguard on turn 3, really outpacing some slower decks. So if you run into a deck like Popsicle or even a deck like the discard Emerald Steel deck right now, decks like this can really punish those decks, because oftentimes they're not really playing characters on their turn 1. Sometimes they're playing Flynn Rider, but sometimes they're not in the deck, you know what I mean? Turn 2 they're playing Bucky. Turn 3 they're playing Prince John. By turn 4 they're barely gonna play Jafar, and you can already develop a decent amount of lore with your Maleficent, Pinocchio, Bodyguard, Hercules. If you leave those uncontested on the board, you're gonna be able to just gain up to 10 lore by the time they start even summoning their Floodborn characters. So decks like this have a good matchup against the discard deck, in my opinion. Also pretty decent matchup against the Ruby Amber deck, because you can kind of switch it up on them a little bit. You don't have to necessarily play that aggressive style in the very beginning. Playing the Madam Mim and Merlin packages let you basically swap into a more mid-range kind of style by playing a Pascal turn 1 or a Hook turn 1. Turn 2 you can quest with it, bounce it back with a Mim Snake, or even sometimes turn 3 you're playing Mim Snake and Hook if you don't have a Fox yet or something. And those cards in general apply a lot of pressure. We are playing 4 Jafar. This Jafar is actually going to be the 2-drop inkable 3/2 stat line. It has evasive on your turn. So what this does is also apply that pressure. It lets us out the opposing evasive Minnie Mouses. And oftentimes in decks like this where you're playing a more aggressive style, it's kind of hard to combat cards like Surfer Mini, because they have evasive, so you can't really challenge them with your good characters, but you also can't quest comfortably with your characters like Maleficent biding her time or Pascal, because their mini is gonna contest those really well. So when you play this Jafar, it solves that problem fairly easily. We're also playing 4 Arthur to ensure that we can get some extra bounce action in there and even quest for 3 lore instead of just that 1 on our 3-drop. I think some cards that are kind of underrated in a deck like this are going to be Yzma and the Huntsman. The Huntsman is a 2-ink character inkable. It has a 1/1 stat line, so it's very weak to opposing steel decks if they're playing stuff like Tinkerbell. But in the very beginning of the game, sometimes you just want a 2-drop character to be able to quest very aggressively, and Huntsman has that extra ability where when you quest, you can draw a card and discard a card. So this might not seem like the most important ability ever, but sometimes in a deck like this, when you don't draw the inkables you need, or when you're just fishing for that last goat, this is going to help a lot. Yzma also helping a lot to be able to shuffle in your own Merlin Rabbit. You can shuffle in the opposing characters if you have a really good tempo going. Giving your opponent 2 cards to draw oftentimes doesn't matter when you're already at 15 lore in turn 6. It doesn't matter if you give your opponent 2 cards, especially against certain decks that aren't playing Be Prepared. You know what I mean? If you're not Ruby Amethyst, or if you're not playing Ruby Amber with Be Prepared in that deck, it really doesn't matter if I'm gonna let you draw 2 cards, because my Yzma is gonna just give me so much board advantage and tempo. If I'm already at 10 to 12 lore, by the time I play Yzma on turn 6, I'm definitely gonna be able to quest with that Yzma, plus any other characters I'm trying to keep alive on the board, right? This Monster Mash deck is a budget-friendly version, I think, of a competitive Lorcana deck that you can play at locals. We've seen Amethyst Steel see a lot of representation in the top 8 cut of a lot of these local 1Ks, 2Ks, big tournaments that have more than 50 players. And this Amethyst Steel list, not necessarily being as traditional, and definitely being a little bit more budget friendly. The most expensive card in this list is going to be the Arthurs, which right now they're only about $7 to $10, you know what I mean? I do think that the Merlin and Mim package are so strong in general that you can kind of combine them with almost any color. And in this scenario, Daniel Phelps has combined this strategy with a little bit more of an aggressive style, using cards like Pinocchio Talkative Puppet, Huntsman, like I said, and some bodyguard action, even the Donald Duck, to add a little cherry on top of those bodyguards to kind of help us secure the bag a little bit. Prince Never Gives Up has resist, so that's going to definitely help us against decks that don't play Madame M Fox, because it's definitely hard to out the Prince Never Gives Up, and he quests for 2, which is extremely important. I do like decks like this. I do think this is another take on an aggressive style that you can play in Lorcana if you don't want to necessarily play the Amber, Amethyst, Hyper Aggro deck that is usually the common go-to when it comes to aggressive play styles in this format. Maybe this might be something you're a little bit more interested in, you know. Maybe you have some more steel cards or just some more Amethyst cards lying around, and you don't want to necessarily spend more money on Cinderella Ballroom Sensations and some of these other Amber cards that you might not have. So this is another option for those aggro style players like myself who just want to get to 20 lore as fast as possible. So I do like this deck a lot, you know what I mean? But let's see how it does on Pixelborn Ladder. So I'm thinking I'm gonna want to go like turn 1 Hook or Maleficent, turn 2 Snake. We're queuing into the best deck, Ruby Amethyst, and we're playing against someone named Captain Piglet. So we do get to go first. We do open up Snake. This is a really good hand. I think I'm gonna just keep it. Maybe should have gotten rid of one of the Maleficents, right? But this game could just be over because we're going first because of the way we drew. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Anything could happen. It's Ruby Amethyst. We know. I'm dumb. I know it's Ruby Amethyst. But it depends on how they draw, right? Because we do lose out to a Teeth and Ambitions if we go a little too aggressive. So he does have a 1-drop to play. We unfortunately kind of messed up there by not having ink, but it's okay. We'll take the L and we'll ink our Hercules to play our Snake so that we can contest his mini and gain 2 lore and reset that board a little bit. That's fine. I'm probably gonna either play double Maleficent. The rabbits are a little cool. We're gonna have to ink that. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to play the Hercules here anyways. I probably still would have done the same play. Turn 3, he's either gonna want to play a mini Surfer, a Maleficent Sorceress. If he has Teeth and Ambitions, he gets to sing it. I'll probably just play... I'll play on curve, which means I'll use as much inks I can. And I will play the Pinocchio and the Maleficent biding her time. And then I will quest here. I'm questing here because I want to gain the lore as fast as possible, number 1. And even if he plays a Fox, it's still fine because he gets a lore, he trades a 3-drop into my 2-drop. These survive. These 2, Pinocchio and Maleficent Sorceress, survive. So he's going to ink a Fox, actually. And he's going to play a mini because he knows I'm playing an aggro deck now, so he wants to contest my board, which is fine. And he has Teeth and Ambitions, which is very unfortunate because he can do both. But that means that if he does trade here, he's going to have to sacrifice his Snake, which he does. And now we're just kind of playing a kind of a stalemate game. I hope I can get a card to ink. I do get a card to ink. 2 options. I play both these in my hand. Quest for 2, go to 5. Pass. It's his turn 4. He bumps my Maleficent, and then Rabbit is played from his hand. He draws. That's not really the best play in my opinion. I really want to be able to bounce this Maleficent back. That's really the only way I can gain like rapid lore. I think I messed up with my mulligan by keeping this other Maleficent. I should have maybe had a Hercules here, but we'll see. We draw a Jafar. Do I quest here? There's no point in questing here. Him keeping Teeth and Ambitions was obviously the right play. He doesn't have a rabbit, otherwise he probably would have played it, or he doesn't have ink, so it's one of the two. He's probably gonna quest with the mini just for free, which is fine. I don't have anything to contest that. He inks. He did have ink before, so that just means he didn't draw a rabbit. Okay, let's see. I'll be at 5 ink if I ink this turn. I can either ink Jafar or Yzma. If I ink Jafar, that means my turn 5 is going to be... No, my turn 6, because I'll ink right now. I'll have 5 ink. I can play Rabbit and draw. I think I'm playing Rabbit no matter what, right? Because Rabbit's just good into the Be Prepared that he might have. So we'll do this first, because there's no reason for me to... Is there a reason for me to play Jafar? I guess Jafar can out the Minnie Mouse, but how much do I really care about that Minnie Mouse, right? So I'm just going to draw, which means my main play is probably going to... Oh, I can hook. Hook can now out the Minnie Mouse, which is fine. I'll ink this instead of the Yzma because I just feel like I'm not going to go super wide into the Be Prepared. And I can Yzma my own rabbit to draw 3. This can clear the mini. And then that's going to be at least a turn before, because then he'll have Maui next turn. Clears a contest mini, then he goes Tremaine. And one of these can be Tremaine food. So this is fine. Because, like, if I do end up shuffling in my rabbit and drawing 3, it's also okay. It just kind of sucks, right? But the turn that Tremaine, or the turn before Be Prepared, I'm just going to quest with this, because at that point it's just going to get value, right? So he's going to sing his friends on the other side to start his turn off, which is fine by me. I can clear that with a rabbit or a hook. This is going to gain some lore if this quests now. Yzma is what he's going to ink. Probably has a Maui, like I said. Maui's going to come down. If he does Maui, then my hook can clear the Maui, but I really want hook to just be oppressive to the mini. But I might just have to do this anyways. So he's going to quest with the mini. And he's going to get a fox, which is basically like a Maui, but not the Maui. And he's going to bounce it back, which is also fine, though, because we're just trying to get rid of that in general. Now we don't even have to sacrifice our hook if we don't want to. We could realistically use our Maleficent if we need to, but... do we? Maybe not. We can. We honestly can, because we just drew so many Maleficents, we could just play them. And it'll be turn 5, but then we get hit with a Be Prepared. So next turn is Tremaine, and then turn after that is Be Prepared. So this is a good trade here, because it clears there no matter what. And then I can use that as Tremaine food, as they say. If I trade here, I don't get the 2 lore, which is kind of lame. If I trade here, that dies, and that still dies, and I still don't get the 2 lore, and that's lame. I could just quest there and pass. I could also just use my rabbit, draw 3, pass. He Tremaines, I get rid of the hook. It's not a good play. I play really hard into Be Prepared. I haven't drawn anything to bounce, is what's unfortunate. I can just quest and play the Yzma. I want to just go wide, right? And just hope he doesn't have it. Let me know if you guys think this is the incorrect play. Oh, the game glitched. Okay, there you go. Wait. Oh yeah, there you go. Weird. Did he just pass his turn, or do I just have to keep, like, hitting that so he can play? Oh, there you go. So, the game is being weird. The game is being a very weird game. So, I draw a card. There's a fox, so he's gonna clear the hook. I can play this and draw a card, which is not a bad play. Kind of wanted to Yzma. Maybe Yzma was a better play last turn. Pascal. Did not draw any bounce cards, unfortunately. Maybe I should have traded, kept that unquested. Yep, that goes there, that goes there. Teeth and Ambitions. Oh, he's gonna have to trade, so that's fine. 2-pronged attack to clear the Pasky. I'm okay with that. I'm looking for friends on the other side. Goats. Not, I guess, like snakes, Arthurs, rabbits. That's really what I'm looking for here. Oh, he got a rabbit. That hurts. That really hurts a lot. Because now he just has a lot of tempo. Surfer Mini. Okay, that's what I wanted. I asked for a snake. I can play Snake Maleficent again in Quest and draw a card. It's probably the play. I just need cards and tempo and yada yada yada.
If I can finish this game off with these goats that I can draw, then the game will be good. I'm not inking, if you guys have noticed. My bad. I got a little silent because my phone started going off. But I stopped inking because I want to develop some type of advantage over him. And my deck doesn't have that many big drops like Be Prepared and Monsters Dragon. So you can afford to just not ink some turns. I probably will ink this turn though. Mainly because I'm just looking for like bounce cards, and this is kind of the same thing as Hercules, except for the fact that it has the evasive. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna ink this to Jafar. Hope to keep drawing some bounce cards so that I can like quest my way into this goat into this goat lethal. Bodyguard is kind of cheese also, you know, obviously because it's like turn 7 and 8 is when like Elsa's and Ursula start coming down. So he's gonna Yzma himself, which is what I wanted to do. But I couldn't do it. Maybe we should have just done it. Drawing 3 would have been nice. Where's our friends on the other side? Mr. Deck, please? Okay, so I don't think he has Be Prepared. He's not playing like he has Be Prepared. He's just playing like he has a... Okay, how do I do this? 12, 13, 14, 15 is goat. 16 if I play the fox to bounce the goat, 17 if I play the goat again on next turn. So the question is, do I play goat here and just try and go for lethal by playing goat, playing the fox, quest, or I can be a little smarter than that and go quest, play the fox, play the Maleficent, draw a card, and really try and hit this goat situation. Quest here every time. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and play fox. Oh man, I'm gonna miss this. This sucks. Oh no, it's fine. Play that. I'll play that. We're gonna draw, and then we'll see if we need to quest. We drew more bounce, so we're gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna pass. So next turn we can play goat, that, and we'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get there. I mean, maybe if I just would have played the goat, I would have drawn into the bounce next turn, but I didn't know I was going to draw into the bounce, right? If he doesn't draw Ursula and Elsa, that's how we win. But yeah, not seeing Arthur's kind of lame in this matchup. I think Arthur's really good against this matchup. He's going to get some value there, that's fine. He's going to get that goat there, that's fine. He's going to play a Monstro Dragon there, that is fine. I can't do anything about that. That's his whole turn. So he's going to be at 7. And then next turn he can go to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have double goat play. This hand is crazy. Okay, so 14, quest for 15, 16, 17, double goat. 18, bounce, 19, play again, quest with 1. So my play is either I ink the Yzma, double goat, pass, because then that'll put me at 17, and the next turn I'll have lethal. But if he Be Prepared, I'll be at 19 when he passes, and that's probably the best play because the only other play is to play these two, and then I'll be at 15, 16. I'd be at 17, and the best. Like I would just have a ready fox, and I lose to an Elsa, like a hard lose to an Elsa, which is just kind of lame. So I think this is just a play, because if he doesn't have Be Prepared, or which he does, or if he doesn't sing or play Be Prepared, which there's a world where he doesn't because he's just afraid, then I just win because I just quest, bounce, and I win. So that's the play, and we see if he has it. All right, interesting game, interesting deck the way we're drawing with this deck. As you can see, I was thinking in my head, and then I had to think out loud at the same time, like right after, so that was my thought process. But that is what we're trying to do here. Trying to get to 20 in the best, most efficient way we can. So that's why I was hoping to draw into some bounce cards, and I drew the second goat, which is crazy, and I drew the bounce card right here, which is the fox. So this is fine, I guess, because, I mean, we still lose to like Elsa, Ursula here. So he has a goat, which is good because that means he doesn't have Elsa or Ursula. He has double goat. He might sing a Be Prepared though. I don't see why he would do that after that though. And he has another Olaf. He didn't draw any. I wonder what that is. He did not have it, guys. We got him. We got him, boys. We got him, gang. Puts him at 15, and all we gotta do is hit him with a little with a little 1-2 Razimafu. Dang, man, this deck is a little crazy, huh? This deck is a little crazy. All right, man. We got the dub on this one. First game in with this deck, and we somehow managed to get the dub against the best deck of the format, Ruby Amethyst. So stay tuned for another. Let's try that again. Let's go. Let's hop right in there. All right, we are playing against a Amethyst. No, we're playing against an Amber Steel. Holy heck! I am thinking too many things at once. Okay, so Offstage Yeti. Thank you, Offstage Yeti, for helping me demonstrate my deck today. A 3-drop draw card is always good, and we'll keep this because it's inkable. It gets us through our deck, and there's a world where he doesn't open up a good turn 1, turn 2, and we can just capitalize on that, right? It's looking like we might just go Pascal Jafar. That might be the play. Oh, he's playing Amber Ruby. How much want to bet? Cinderella. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to ink the Huntsman, and I'm going to play the Pascal, even though I'm prone to let the Storm Rage on here. What are the odds he's playing Snow White and Amber Steel, though, right? So, Pascal, in hopes that he's playing against... oh, wait. I know he's playing against Amber Steel. Oh, my goodness. I need to really start paying attention in the beginning and really get into the zone. And remember that Pixelborn tells you now. Alright, my Pascal died. He's gonna ink a Snow White. She's playing Snow White and Amber Steel. Interesting. Robin Hood and Steel. Okay, now my Snake is dead because I can't use Snake now. This matchup is gonna be naturally hard if you're playing with this deck. So I'm just gonna ink the Yzma because it's like a very far away card right now. And then I will play the Jafar in hopes that he doesn't have another Storm Rage on. That's all we can do. He's probably playing the Song deck. If he is playing the Song deck, then I do want to avoid playing cards that draw because Whole New World is going to give me 7 cards anyways. But it just kind of depends how I'm reading it. He does have another Storm Rage on. So this deck is really good. But obviously in this scenario, when you're going second against an Amber Steel deck, they open up Cindy, 2 Storm Rage on. Like, it's not going to look good for you. You know what I mean? I do have a potential play of like Arthur, Rabbit, but it's just not good. So it's looking like we're probably just gonna ink a Snake and play the Maleficent, which is terrible. Play Arthur, just pass. Don't think we're gonna win this one. This just immediately destroys our Maleficent and our Pascals, which is really insane. The Storm Rage on, he sings Cindy. I get spanked by that. He's gonna ink his big Cindy. Yeah, he's playing like he has a Whole New World, so I'm just gonna assume he has it, right? That's why I'm not trying to play Maleficent. That's why I played Arthur over Maleficent. And there you go, Whole New World, just like we expect them to. Okay, so we're at 7-7. I can ink now. His turn isn't done. His turn's nowhere near done because he has a whole turn he can do. He plays another Cindy. This is just too much. My deck has no Grab Your Swords. It's just aggro cards. In an actual tournament, in real life or in Pixelborn, I would have scooped already. There's no need to really drag the game on too much. There's not much more information you need from this deck. On top of that, he just used that Whole New World for no reason. So like in an actual tournament, right, I'm just getting more information for no reason by knowing that he's playing Surfer Stitch. Obviously, most decks play that, right? But that's what I'm saying. There's not much more information you need to gain. So for the sake of time, just scoop. Like in this scenario, just scoop. You know, you don't play like Grab Your Swords. Is he trying to deck me out? What is this guy doing? Very interesting strategy, my goon. We're gonna meet his double Whole New World with a Prince, because just like us, this Prince never gives up. Yeah, I thought of that all by myself. I'm gonna ink the Huntsman, and then I'm going to play a Maleficent because she's cool, and I'm gonna play a Hook because he's cool. We're gonna go wombo combo. I do feel like at this point you'd save a lot of time. Some players don't know when to scoop, and then that's when time is called, right? And then like you kind of, and most players don't like being in time. I've heard it. I'm sure you've experienced it when time is called, and boom, you know what I mean? You lose the game because you can't finish the game in those 5 turns, and the end of match procedure, you need to finish and get to 20 lore, you know. So yeah, I do think that there is a time to scoop. Look, a sleepy sloot to finish it off. This is what you call bad mannering when you clearly have game. You could have just quested with everything and finished the game, but instead he's deciding to just show me everything he has in his hand for no reason. Like I haven't seen Amber Steel before, right? Oh look, decides to use the 4th whole new world. This is usually what you don't want to do in real life, in Lorcana, in Pixelborn. Like if you have game, just don't be like this. Just don't be an offstage Yeti. You know what I mean? There's no point in being an offstage Yeti. Thank you, offstage Yeti, for wasting my time. It was a good game. Amber Steel Flute is an awesome deck. Very innovative card gameplay right there. See if we can get one more win. All right, we are queued into Ruby Amber. So probably Mufasa. We're going second this time though. So the Mufasa deck, I feel like we might have a good matchup against. So let's see how good Hook and Pascal are against this deck. I just kind of want to keep the 3 drops. I don't have a 2 drop though, and it kind of bugs me. Arthur's kind of good against this deck too, low key. So maybe I don't need that because I already have the rabbit. I'll keep 2 Uninkables. I'll risk it. Oh, we got a 2 drop. Heck yeah. Ooh, and we got the Prince. So we'll see what happens. He's gonna play he's gonna Inca Queen Goons, play a Queen Goons, and we're gonna draw into a goat. So I'll probably Inca Pascal because we have many 1 drops. And I'm going to, I guess I'll play the Hook because the Hook can contest the shiftable Queen if he was planning on shifting that, right? Maybe I could have inked the Jafar and gone double Pascal, which probably would have been better, right? We'll see. Okay, so I mean I can contest that. I mean, which is good. Maybe I'm glad I did the Hook. But now I can't Pascal, which is kind of lame. Huntsman's not my favorite here. Going first would have been really good, right? Going second is just a bit of a different story, but we'll see. We'll see how much tempo we can counter with our hooks and our Jafars here. A Teeth and Ambitions would be kind of lame, but what is he really going to Teeth and Ambitions, right? So here our 1-drop Hook gets to clear his 2-drop Simba, so that's good value in my opinion, but his Queen Goons does contest our Jafar, but Jafar is going to stop a Surfer Mini if he has Surfer Mini here. It's probably going to not be that though. He has a dock, so might just contest the dock with that, which is probably better. Doc is going to let him play Mufasa turn early. We're just going to go wide. We're going to go wide. I'm thinking we could just do boom. We go play these 2. I'm afraid of Maui, really is what it is. And I'm thinking at least like clearing this is not bad, because then we just traded our first 2 plays, which is cool. I'm okay with that. We'll do this. Sorry for taking long. I'm sorry I took long. We have some bounce potential with our Arthur Merlin, so we can just draw cards. I want to be able to gain control of the board before trying to like quest. Oh, there's the Maui. I was afraid of the Maui, so we played around Maui. Mufasa. All right, so that's what we thought was gonna happen, and it's just the game state that's kind of hard to play around. Pascal's might get us there. We're taking this trade every time. That's why I played the Jafar, by the way, last turn, because I wanted to be able to clear this. That's just too good. Now the question is, what do we do? We can ink the goat, play Arthur Pascal. That gets us draw power and the double Pascal combo. We're not in a position to start trying to ramp lore, so we're gonna use this as our ink. I think we're gonna do that play. We lose to if we rabbit, he Lady Tremaines, and that's like just not a good play. We're just gonna do this. I think this is a perfectly fine play. If he Lady Tremaines, then he Lady Tremaines. You know what I mean? This is really all we can do. He can't clear it, so if he Lady Tremaines, then we get rid of the Pascal that has evasive, I guess, and we'll go from here. Like I said, we have some draw power potential with the rabbit, which is always good. Rabbit Arthur gives us extra lore and draw power. That's how I'm thinking about it. We've kind of gained a little bit of the tempo with this play, with this turn. So this is kind of like a pivot, like this turn can sway the game. Does not ink, plays a Hades off the top. We're also trying to play around his Rapunzel. So he's gonna add back a queen. Oh, he doesn't have ink. Oh, he doesn't have inkable cards maybe. Oh, he probably has Tremaine. Okay, I see what happened. He has Tremaine in hand and Hades and something else that's uninkable. So we're gonna get Tremaine the next turn for sure, probably. He rarely got to ink 5. Oh, we cleared the dock. Duh. Either way, he wasn't gonna have Tremaine anyways. Okay, so we're probably just gonna do the play I said, which is kind of lame now though because he gets to clear it with Hades after. If I play this instead, then I can potentially draw a snake as well. No, but I need ink. I don't have any ink. It's fine. We'll do this first, and then we'll just see what happens. The question is, do we draw with Arthur? Do we quest with Arthur is the question. He's gonna Tremaine us for sure, right? If he Tremaines us, then we get to draw with this. If we bounce with Arthur, we go to 6. We draw another card. It's too risky because then we have no characters on board. Because if we Tremaine, then we can wait. We can wait. I'm not gonna quest with the Arthur. I'm big thinking, buddy. I'm sorry. My deck takes skill. Your deck is just autopilot Mufasa. Just kidding. Alright, so he is gonna go ahead and quest with his Hades and his Mufasa. Typical. Inks a Stitch. Show me the Tremaine. Plays a Tremaine. Alright, so now we think what we're gonna hit. We can hit a Pascal so that we can just play the rabbits and draw cards. If we rabbit, we draw a card no matter what. What's the play here? I want to say this is the play. Let's hit a Pascal. We'll hit a Pascal. I really just want to hope to draw something already this Arthur. Alright, Jafar is not what we wanted to see. But we're just going to go for it, guys. So we're going to do that. Arthur's going to get us some bounce here with the rabbit. Draw some more cards. Yes, draw with the rabbit. Alright, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. Now we're going to bounce back our Arthur. Quest with this guy. And then we can... Dang, we're still so behind though. What's the most aggressive way we can play? We play this. And then Maleficent? We'll just do that. Because we're going wide. We have some characters now that we can contest. Ooh, that's good. We have some characters that we can use to contest his Tremaine and his Mufasa. We're just going to probably ignore the Mufasa, honestly. And then we're going to try and set up a Arthur Pinocchio. He has no cards in hand. And we've been playing around with Rapunzel this whole game, which is really important. The card in his hand is probably just Rapunzel, actually, is what it is. So we get to clear the Hades there. He's going to kill us, actually, before we're going to get to do anything. Yep. Rapunzel, told you. So it didn't matter. We just couldn't come back from this. This was too much, I think, for our little deck to compete from. This is already lethal, right? 7. I have no way to clear this. No victory on this one. All right, next game. We in here. Best deck again. And we're going second. Why are we going second? It's not fun. Okay, so if he doesn't have Fox, then we're in a good spot. But if he does have Fox, then we're not in a good spot. Greetings, my friend. Greetings, my goon. Play your Oli. Alright, so Oli doesn't matter. We're going to ink our 3-drop because we have 2 3-drops. We're gonna play Pass Geese. Play a Pedro Pascal. Ooh, so he's playing Cusco. Is not going to be using the snake this turn. He's going to be using Cusco. We're going to ink our Prince Never Gives Up. Don't know if that's the right play. Don't know if Snake is the right play, but I feel like I'd just rather Jafar here, because Jafar can contest that, and then we lose. We lose to a Teeth and Ambitions. Inca Mini Surfer plays a Maleficent. All right, so I don't think he has Teeth. Unless he drew right now. Decides to quest for one. And passes. So I get a good value trade here, which I'm obviously going to take, because I'd be a fool to not take this trade. So much value. So much value. I could just Maleficent as well. Maleficent has potential to get Teeth and Ambition for the Pascal, whereas that does not. So I'll do this turn 3, and then turn 4 I might actually play Snake and Jafar again. And I'll Rabbit after. So we'll play Arthur turn 3. Going second just kind of puts us in a disadvantage, I feel, though. That's just my opinion. It's kind of hard going second against some of these decks. Plays a Rabbit on turn 4, maybe? We'll see. Sings Friends on the other side. Okay. We get, ooh, 2 for 1 on Jafar. 2 for 1 special. I love to see that. He plays a goat. Goat's kind of scary, right? Ooh, Donald has what? 2/5? Maui. So maybe we don't. Yeah, I really do think I want to set this up. I'll get rid of the Pascal. Well, we'll probably keep the Pascal because it's a Tremaine food for later. But we're definitely going to reset our board here so we don't get Maui'd. Next turn we can Pascal Rabbit. Actually, yeah. In a couple turns we can maybe even play an Arthur. Yeah, I think Jafar's good. Maybe I could have played Pascal, but I want to play Pascal Rabbit next turn. Mana efficiency. Turn 5 he usually plays Maui. He's gonna sing again Friends on the other side. Okay. So I really want to start questing more. He's going really wide. Bringing back his Maleficent. Quest with the goat, which is good because I can get some value now. I don't want to give him any value trades with Maui, to be honest, if I quest. Teeth and Ambitions. I don't think he's going to Surfer Mini because I'm playing that. He kind of just knows now. If I go Arthur, I can't set up everything. Arthur Goat is not enough. I will play Wabbit because we're getting close to Be Prepared zone. So now I'm going to ink this Maleficent because I already have draw power with the 2 rabbits. I don't need more than this. I just need ink. And the goat I'm keeping just for safekeeping in case we get to resolve goats, you know? I'm just going to quest with this because Be Prepared, Lady Tremaine is probably what he really wants to do. And if he bumps Lady Tremaine's, then I just get rid of with the rabbit and I just try and set up an Arthur play, I think. Oh, so he trades, so I don't think he's going to use... He doesn't have Maui, he's going to Tremaine here, probably. Tremaine! That's fine. Played a rabbit for that reason. I think we're going to be able to win if we can just keep putting lore on the board and maybe bounce with an Arthur soon. That's really good, too. Because there's a world where he doesn't Be Prepared. Yeah. There's a world where he doesn't Be Prepared, like I said. Because the evasive on the Pascal is just really good in this matchup. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to shuffle and draw 3? Or do I want to bounce my... And I can get greedy and play this. If he be prepared, then he inks be prepared. He's at 4 cards, and I have 5 cards, and then I set up an Arthur. Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that play. Because if he inks be prepared, I draw a card, and I draw a card. I'll have 5 cards in hand, and he'll have 4 cards in hand. He's going to do it. I feel like he wouldn't have done it if I didn't play the... Oh, he's not going to do it. That's fine. That is fine by me. Kind of sucks, but fine by me. Do I want to draw more cards? I think I want to draw more cards, honestly. I'd rather just draw cards and just... Because if I could draw a snake here or another fox, that's broken. Or more goats. Because he's not even going to be... He doesn't even want to be prepared to me, I don't think. That also works. Ink Jafar play Rabbit or Ink Jafar play Arthur. That's really way too much into be prepared, I think, if I do it that way. This is getting really hard now. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this, honestly. I mean, I might as well just... Yeah, I think I just do that. Because it gets 12. He doesn't... yeah, I do that because then he can... He doesn't quest to get to 10. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure he doesn't quest either. I think this is the right play. And then I can maybe set up an Arthur. Arthur something. Your Maui is fine by me, sir. Which sucks, but is what it is. So he's not planning on... oh, that's a race. That's a race to the clock now. Big race to the clock, right? Okay, let's see. So we go 1, 2, 14, 15, 16, 17. If I play the snake and I draw a card, then next turn he goes 13, 14, and I go 15. 18. I'm setting up lethal already, so he has to be able to like use his ink to pop my cards, which is probably what he's gonna do. But I think it's just better to do this. Okay, I'm just gonna play hard and to be prepared and hope that he doesn't have an out to my lethal. I'm just trying to threaten him with lethal now, like mega lethal. Either he be prepared, which is fine by me, because then I draw a card and I still have Goat Snake, which is pretty strong. There you go, he's gonna sing Be Prepared. Okay, Pinocchio. Pinocchio's good. See what he has. Another Ursa is kind of bad actually for us, because now we're just in a losing position. This is 8 ink in my hand, and I need to draw an inkable card for this to be a good spot. I drew a Prince, never gives up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just this, right? I think maybe if I would have kept the other Arthur in hand, it would have been a little better, right? Because I could have played an Arthur here and set up Arthur, and I would have had lethal. It's the same thing. It's the same thing because if he has like Dragonfire, then I lose out. But he played Go and he quested, so he's at 13, so I might win. But we'll see. Oh no, be prepared. So we got be prepared again. Oh, tough luck. Tough luck for me. And we'll see what we draw. Ah, hook. Not what we wanted to see. It means that if he quests with the crab now, we can contest it with the hook. And we'll pass. 15, 16. We're tied. And Maui. Oh, sometimes you're just better than them, right? That's 16, 17, 18 play, 19 when it dies. That should be GG's, right? Yep. GG's, buddy. And we beat the best deck again. Sometimes we're just better. Sometimes we're just better at drawing the goats. It is what it is. But I mean, we'll see. Because who knows? Maybe he's playing super... Oh, he could have drawn another Ursula. Yeah. Even if he drew the Ursula, it didn't matter. Woo! We got this game against Ruby Amethyst. We drew the second goat, just drawing into our outs, guys. This deck's actually good against Ruby Amethyst, is what it's looking like. But against other decks, maybe not so much. So there you have some fresh gameplay, my goons, with the Amethyst Steel deck on Pixelborn Ladder. I'm currently ranked plat, so it's not too crazy in my opinion, but still, you know, not bad. Deck, you know, like I will repeat from the beginning of the video, the deck seems to have some good matchups against most of the meta, minus Amber Steel Song, even against other Steel decks, because really, I mean, you're not really losing out to Let the Storm Rage On as much compared to that deck, but going first definitely helps. But, you know, I feel like I might have messed up against one of these games, like especially against the Ruby Amber matchup. I feel like I probably could have gone double Arthur a little easier instead. It probably would have been the correct play instead of the rabbit play. But let me know what you guys think, and remember to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons for more gameplay videos. And until then, we will see you goons next time.
Like all decks in the format, the deck's not perfect. It has its pros and its cons. I definitely like the fact that it's aggressive. I like that it has a very good curve, playing a lot of 1, 2s, and 3 drops, and you don't really have to ink past turn 6, even 5 sometimes if you're not really planning on playing Yzma, you know what I mean? However, it does have a very bad matchup against Amber Steel Song, specifically that the version of the deck, because it does play more copies of like stuff like that, the Storm Rage On, or other cards like that. On top of that, going second with the deck does feel a little bit like you're in an uphill battle sometimes, depending on how you draw. Sometimes you draw a little bit too aggressive, or you try and mulligan into like more going second cards, and you still see more aggressive cards, and you're going second against a deck that also plays really good tempo. You can't just be dropping your 1-drop characters like willy-nilly, you know what I mean? But you know, the aggressive playstyle will get you there going second as well. So not to say that you can't win games going second, but I feel like a deck like this definitely does have a little bit of a harder time going second sometimes against, let's say, like the Ruby Amethyst player that draws the curve they need to draw, or even a Ruby Amber deck sometimes, right? Not playing any actions and songs is both a blessing and a curse, because you're not playing any actions and songs. You don't really have to waste time in the game to draw cards with friends on the other side, for example, or you don't have to use Smash to get rid of cards on the opposing side of the field. Your main goal in this deck is to play a character every turn, even 2 characters per turn. Sometimes your goal in the deck is to just play your hand and pray they don't have a grab your swords, Tinkerbell, be prepared. And you can win a lot of times with that strategy. But I also want to say that this deck does have a decent recovery engine, with that Merlin Rabbit being there and Arthur as well. So it's not to say that you're doing it in a way where you don't deserve to win, you know what I mean? So good deck nonetheless.